Welcome to a installment of Kitchen Tales.
These are two freaky tales. These are tales that I tell so real.
As you can see, I'm not in traffic right now. I'm in the middle of my kitchen. Let's just say it's because I got a day off. So in other words, I'm not gonna drive all over town for no dang reason just to make a traffic tales. So it's a traffic tales, but in the middle of my kitchen. You get what I'm saying? First, as an update, Frankie is married now and I officiated the wedding. It went perfect, but I purposely did not vlog, film, record, document anything because I thought that I owed it to Abby and Frank to give them my 100%, my full undivided attention. I will show one little clip and it happens to be with me and Moraldo. I didn't record it, somebody sent it to me. So anyways, we got down like no other. Go ahead. And by that clip, you could tell that the party was crackin'. Now on to the story time. This story has to do with, I guess, doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. It's what a captain always used to tell me in the Marine Corps.
1, 2, 3, 4, I love the Marine Corps.
And I guess it's a situation for sticking up for others, defending what's right. I had to go on a field trip with Lil Sade, so we had to get lunches before we went on the field trip. She wanted Subways.
$5 for the love.
I got in the Subway, had no idea what I was gonna order. There's only one person in there. It was a little short lady, super nice, smile, greeted me, and things were going absolutely normal. You could tell English was her second language, but it's okay. I got poquito español. So I began my order, got Sade's order done, everything was fine. And then we started getting into my order and then this guy comes in, and this is, keep in mind, this is at 7 o'clock in the morning. So this guy comes in, totally interrupts.
I'm really happy for you, I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
Starts talking to the lady and he starts asking her, hey, did anybody yesterday find an ATM card? I lost my ATM card. And I guess it's kind of loud in there, you know, because there's music and stuff like that. And she was like, excuse me? And then, hey, I left my ATM card, and he started getting intense. He's like, I can't find my ATM card and I think I left it here. And then again, she was like, what? And then he started talking slow to her as if like she didn't understand English.
Do you speak any English?
Which was kind of not cool, not nice. So he was like, do you know if, but he was saying it in a degrading manner. And then she was like, no, I don't know about an ATM card. And he's like, well, I'm looking for my, and he started yelling again. And I'm standing there uncomfortable and I stop and I'm like, do I say something? Or do I just keep my mouth shut? And then I thought of like what if this was my daughter working at Subway? What would I want to happen? And I stepped back and I'm like, if you don't say nothing, Daniel, then ain't nobody gonna say nothing. And all the times throughout like my day, I always think of that show, What Would You Do? And I always like look at situations like, am I on that show? What would I do if somebody was getting mistreated? What would I do? I would step in. And I'm like, okay, I always say this when I watch that show, but right now it's happening. So I got a guy I don't know, the Subway lady, guys yelling at the Subway lady for no apparent reason. Just know you can get whatever you want just by being nice to people. I work in customer service. That's all you have to do is be nice to someone, speak with respect and kindness, and you can get whatever you want. So I stopped and I went from the good morning, can I get this Daniel, to that Daniel. So I turned to the dude and I'm like, hey bro, you need to bring it down a little bit.
We got a problem here?
I don't appreciate you yelling at this young lady. She has done nothing wrong. Chill out a little bit. And then he turns to me and he's like, I'm not yelling. I'm like, oh, this dude, bro. Like, how are you gonna yell back at me that you're not yelling? I'm just telling you that you're yelling.
But do you expect me to believe that you don't know left from right?
I says to him, back to him, like, yeah, bro, like, you're basically yelling and it's pretty disrespectful. He's like, I'm not yelling, I'm just trying to find my stuff. And I go, look, I don't care what you think, you are yelling and the perception is that you're yelling at this young lady. And how do you know this lady isn't my cousin? So I brought that up, like, I'm just like freestyling, right? I'm like, how do you know this is not my cousin? He's like, but I'm not yelling. I'm like, listen, you need to tone it down or you're gonna get the fuck out of here.
You don't scare me. Work on it.
I don't talk to strangers like that. I'm usually a pretty cool guy, but like certain things piss me off. I can't stand when individuals disrespect people that are in service or providing service for no apparent reason. I work in a customer service job, and I use half of the time when I'm clocked in, I got to keep my mouth shut. But when I'm out in public, I see somebody being disrespected, I say something.
Superman!
General, would you care to step outside?
And what's funny is I just came back for the gym, so I was feeling like Meraldo. Kill the clip. So I was all pumped, but this guy was probably like 20 years older. He was probably like, I don't know, 50 something, older dude. But I had to intervene. I had to say something. These people who walk around the world not cool and not being nice, keep going. And that was a time that I had to intervene. And a lot of times I find myself intervening like that, you know? I don't know if it was the right decision to make, but like I seen the lady behind the counter and I was like, man, I need to do something. There's a little guy on my shoulder that was like, hey Daniel, you need to say something or else he's just gonna keep doing it to other people. But like I said, I think it has to deal with me like being a dad and having daughters. I guess what it boils down to is that I used to be a knucklehead. When a man has daughters, his perspective on the world changes real quick. I look at things from their perspective. I can't stand when I see utter disrespect to polite, kind women in the streets. I probably shouldn't have gotten involved. I probably shouldn't have punked the dude, because basically that's what I did. I punked the dude.
What side was that, Private Pile?
Sir, right side, sir!
Here's how I look at it. He was punking the girl behind the counter and I punked him in the streets. I let him know what's up, and I don't know, it may not have been the right decision. I started ordering my stuff, and I was, you know, I went from like, hey, you need to stop yelling at her, you know what I'm saying? I went like all fierce like this, and then I was like, so can I get pickles on that and then some pepperoncinis? So it was like, it was funny. I went from like one edge to the other like in 3.5 seconds. The dude, he went up to me and he's like, he put his hand on my shoulder. And he's like, hey, I'm sorry. I was like, get your hand off of me now. And I probably dropped a 4-letter word or whatever. And then like he pulled his hand back. He's like, I'm sorry if I offended you. I'm like, bro, you ain't gotta be sorry to me. I don't care. You can do whatever you want to me. You need to apologize to the girl behind the counter because you out of line. Like, you don't need to be acting like that. I didn't see any other reaction between the two of them. She finished my sandwich and then I got to the cash register and he was a little bit further away from me, and I told the girl, I was like, hey, I'm sorry for interrupting. Like, I just had to tell that guy something. He was being disrespectful and I had to check him. And she was like all quiet and she's like, thank you very much. And I was like, nah, no problem. And I was like, have a good day. I guess here's to just like defending people who are unable to defend themselves. I mean, she was at work, she couldn't say nothing. I mean, I had to say something. It's all about respect people out in the streets. Respect your waiters, respect your concierge, respect people who are helping you in places. Anybody who's in the service industry, it's like, they're working just like you work. There's no need to be rude and condescending and disrespectful to people who are paid to treat you with respect and politely, if you get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And then other than that, just do the right thing. Because it's the right thing to do.
Sir, yes, sir!
So here's to getting lunch for your daughter. Here's to checking disrespectful people. And here's to doing things because it's the right thing to do, I guess. Yo!